live. Let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm just going to turn the live chat on.
It's not on the TV yet.
Live chat. There we go. So yeah, let me know if you can hear me all right, if everything's good. Just going to make sure everything's 100% before we continue. Come on. What I'm actually doing is looking at the TV right there. So we're making sure that it pops up.
There it is.
Oh. Okay, so obviously video's working. Let me know if you guys can hear me, please. That would be wonderful. I'm just opening up the chat. All messages are visible. So, oh, there we go. Waz, thank you. Let me know if you guys can hear me, please. That'd be wonderful.
I like how it goes back down to like
It's infinity.
All right, so welcome back to Loud and Clear. Thanks, Tord. Welcome to our live stream. Sorry about the jiggly start, just getting queued up here. The goal of today is F4. So this is the big F4 from SKYMASTER. Just going to get you guys positioned. I hate you out and clear. Oh, that's nice. Typo maybe? All right. There we go. So welcome, guys. It is, actually, let's turn that around because then it's a better camera on the other side.
How about that?
Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
I can take it again.
Really?
Good?
Yep.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, the back's good.
So yeah, welcome to September. We've kind of been a little bit off the lives, scattered during summer, just because things are so busy with flying and trying to manage shop time. But we're back on the schedule now, now that it's September, coming into fall and winter. And welcome. So lots of projects coming, and I just want to catch you guys up on how things have been. So last weekend, I forget where I was, but recently we went to California for the LA Jets event, and that was awesome. Tons of fun. I went to Saskatoon to the Hub City. Thank you, Russell.
Yeah.
Hub City location, which was about 6-hour drive for us east, and absolutely the Field of Dreams. What an amazing place. Thank you, Hub City, for hosting the jet event. It was next level, amazing. Easily, I obviously haven't been to every single facility in Western Canada, but I have never seen anything even close. It is outstanding. So that's what we've been up to. Working on the F4. The F4 is almost finished. Today's video that came out was on the, I think, the engine installation, I believe. And obviously we're way past that in real time. So there's like 3 other videos coming out and for the finale of the F4, but it's outstanding. Kind of wrapped a lot of it up today and it's going really well. So 4 days from now, so today is Saturday, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So 4 days from today, I will be on a plane to Jet Power in Germany and really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to meeting the people that I've been following and watching and idolizing in the RC hobby. And there's lots of people that have reached out to me and that are excited to meet me as well too. So I'm looking forward to meeting all of you guys that are coming to Jet Power. That's going to be a blast. Looking forward to the candy store for sure. My intention is not to bring anything back, but I'm sure once I'm there, it's going to be outstanding.
You said a couple €100.
The stuff's going to be super cool. So, the other thing I wanted to touch on was the for sale section on the website. So that for sale section is now up and running. I know we've been talking about that for quite a while, but it is up and running. The first plane that's on there is the F-18 that we have here in the shop. So There's some pictures on there. There's some details on there. It's not something you can just buy off the website, so it's listed as out of stock. If you still see it up on the website, it is still available, even though it says out of stock. It will be taken down when it's sold. The aircraft that will be on our website it's not something that's open for anybody to post on. All of those creations on the website has to be done by our web designer, and ultimately it's going to be for friends and clients, and that's it. So the planes you see on there are not just random planes. They're planes that we're familiar with. Coming up on the website, probably this next week, we'll see how timing goes. We're going to be adding a SKYMASTER PC-21 to the website, the for sale website. So keep an eye out for that, for the details and everything. So that'll be coming, and I'm sure there'll be more up there as well too. It's going to be primarily jet aircraft. If I'm trying to sell one of my personal, like my prop planes for sale as well too, it's up in the mezzanine. It's an AeroWorks Yak 54. I might put that on there, but yeah, so that's an update. I don't think there's anything else. I think I might have gotten some questions a couple weeks back for the next live, but I would like to answer those questions in a video, kind of like what we did with the Cortex and Central Box setup video. The question was something along the lines of like a Cortex with a Rex 12 type setup, kind of like what we use in our smaller aircraft. So yeah, so that's basically the gist of things. Did order a Rebel Hot.
Yes.
Carf had their sale on, so I put an order in for a Rebel Hot for myself, and that Rebel Hot is going to be the Infinity scheme with magenta. So it's going to be the Infinity scheme with all of the normal orange is going to be pink or magenta or whatever, pinky purple. And it's going to be fun. We're going to put
Silver and black.
yeah, silver and black. It's going to look really nice. We're going to put a 95 engine in the aircraft. It's going to be a rocket ship. And it's going to be fun. So I don't know when it's going to show up. It's in production right now. We'll probably get it in like November, December. And maybe fly it to at an event we go to in the south. If we go to like Tucson Jets again, or it might have to wait till spring. We'll see what happens. So that is, I think, it. Last live, which was I don't know how long ago. We just got the Bronco back. I think 3 weeks ago maybe. And the Bronco, we took a look at everything. And I'm just going to take that. So the Bronco is in the queue. There's the Bronco there. Oops, sorry. It's ready to go. We've got all the parts for it. So the Bronco's waiting. We have one other project we've got to fit in quickly. And then we've been wrapping up the F4 Phantom. So Slapnuts RC, you asked for the price. I think you're asking for the F18. It's listed on the website, so check it out. I think it's listed at 20 grand. Hey David, I'm just going through the chat here. Hey Kyle, Tricky Ricky. Oh, thanks for deleting that. Tord, loud and clear, awesome, welcome. I'm sure you're happy to see the topic of this video, and she is looking beautiful. So I will let Ward take over the camera. Yeah, F4 Phantom. This thing has turned out absolutely outstanding. When I first started this aircraft, I really wanted one.
Russell's here.
What?
David asked if Russell was here. Yep.
When I first started this aircraft, I really wanted one, and now that I've kind of gotten this one almost completed, I want one even more. It's beautiful, great size, great build quality, and just really happy with everything. One of the things, Tord, you asked me in an email, I haven't gotten back to you yet, but we did not get the opportunity to do the operating canopy. Somebody sent me some pictures and a description on how they did it, but the only way they were able to do it was basically order a second canopy in order to get all the cuts and everything done properly. So essentially you have to take two canopies and make it into one in order to make it operational. if I was to order one of these, I don't think I would make it operational myself. Yeah, it's tight. It adds a lot of complexity to this area, which I don't think it needs.
It's busy there.
It's very busy here. So yeah, that's just my opinion. Obviously, the operational canopy is kind of cool, but yeah, so in order to make that work on this aircraft, not ordered from SKYMASTER that way, have to order another canopy, and they are severely backlogged, so it's like 6 to 8 months.
Okay, Rexby asked what's the thrust on each engine on the F4 here?
The F4 has twin 195s, so it basically is 42 pounds each, I think, ish, depending on the elevation you're flying at. So I'll take you guys for a walk around on the F4. Obviously, this is a bit of a preview because all this is going to be covered in the videos. But the front tray here, so the nose cone just keyholes off. So you basically have 4 bolts. You give it a little tiny twist and it pops off. Hey Rex, thank you for joining the live for the first time. So these are our fill valves. So we basically have fuel fill and smoke fill. For our run up today, we did put some smoke oil in there. So I haven't tried it yet, but we'll make sure it works. Festo valves on off, that's like a secondary opening for the fuel because you have like an airlock or a valve right there. All of our batteries, I'm going to tilt you guys sideways. All of our batteries are underneath there. So we've got 4 matching batteries, so 4 3-cell LiPos power the entire aircraft. Doesn't matter what configuration they go in, they're all identical. We've got 2 for the turbines. Hey Stacy, 2 for the receiver setup. Those 2 go into the center box 400. They're limited down in voltage. These 2 go to the turbines, and one of them, which is turbine 1, which is the left turbine, that powers the compressor as well too. Air fill valve, gauge obviously, and we've got ports to access all of our items here. So we've got XICOY, meaning the landing gear, fail-safe, and sequencer. 1 EXT is primary receiver, 2 EXT is secondary receiver, 3 EXT is R900 receiver, Cortex is the programming port for the Cortex. So basically when you're flying this aircraft, you pop the nose off, fill it with fuel, pop the nose back on, and start her up. The startup location here, or hatch, if you have been watching the videos, super cool setup. So we just take a 1.5 millimeter Allen key or a rod, and there's a little latch, a little hidden latch right there. So you just stick your whatever in there, give it a push like this, and it opens up this hatch. Now this hatch, we've got access to our on-off valves for the fuel right there. So those are for the turbines. And we've got our 2 screens. So we've got all the telemetry going to the radio, but we've got our 2 screens right here. So if we have to make any changes, that's where we're making the changes. So this is the first time that we've put the wing on today as well too. You'll see in the final video, I put some heat shield underneath the turbines on the wing area because they're a couple inches from the turbines. And we did check the incidence of the tail section today as one of our final steps. And actually the stock incidence is 100% perfect, completely even with the wings, which is awesome. On the smaller F4s, we did have to shim that a little bit. And on this guy, it is bang on perfect. So looking in here, this is where things get tight. Once you put these cockpits in, there is not a lot of room for anything. So looking forward there, sorry guys, I'm going to tilt you. Looking forward there, the whole front section ties into that gear former. We've got all of our wires coming down the one side, all of our air lines coming down the other side, all of our extension ports are right there, and compressors mounted right there. And then looking backwards here, we've got all of our valves. So there's our door and our gear valves, there's our XICOY sequencer, our M-speed sensor. M-speed sensor is mounted right there, and it works amazing. So we've talked about that a lot on the videos. It's only sticking out like 2 millimeters. Yes, it works perfectly. We've got our UATs there as well, and all of our other electronics are mounted right there. So we do have a bunch of the electronics in the center section, like all the turbine stuff, but most of the running of the aircraft is done from right here. Still have the air tanks are right there. We've got 2 mounted in the plane. Looks like the full size. So we've got the little keeper thing for the central box is right here. Now we haven't bolted that down yet because we still need to put our pilots in there. So I haven't done the leads for the pilots yet with the movable heads, but that's one of the last things to do. Our R900 is right there. And that's basically it.
That's a lot that's in there.
There's a lot. So
That is a lot.
I'll show you guys why we do these ports here. So obviously we're going to be running these engines tonight. That's the goal. But I'll show you guys why we do these ports. So this aircraft shows up to its new owner, and he needs to bind the aircraft with the program that I send to him for his radio. So first thing he's going to do is he's going to take a Y. So a Y that fits in here and then has 2 female leads. You put a bind plug in one side, a battery plug in the other side, so you're not powering the aircraft with this. And he's going to bind his primary receiver. He's going to bind his secondary receiver. If he's using dual path, that's how I'm setting this up on my radio. So that's going to vary depending on how he does it. The 900, because this 900 came from Europe and it's going to be bound with a European radio, the 900 actually won't bind with my radio because mine's a North American radio. So that the 900's all plugged in and everything ready to go, but it's basically just there and not doing anything. The R3, which really isn't an R3, it's like one of the antenna-less little on-off switches. That's mounted in the plane, so he'll need to plug into there. But the point of doing these extension ports is to make binding really easy. And then if you want to make any changes to the XICOY sequencer, you don't got to take the cockpits out. We made the back cockpit very easy to get in and out, so that'll be covered in the final video. So you can get access to all that equipment, but the point of doing it like that is you don't want to have to access that equipment on a regular basis, so you can use these things. And let's say you take it up for the first flight, you do some trimming on it, you go for your second flight, and the Cortex doesn't initialize. So if you're familiar with Cortexes, when they initialize properly, you get a double bump on the surfaces. So you turn your plane on, you wait 5 seconds, and then it goes bump, bump on your surfaces. You know that the Cortex is good to go. If you don't get that double bump, you turn your plane off, put a bind plug in this port right here, turn your plane back on. It goes into double bump, but then it goes into programming mode. So you go through the programming sequence, and you're good to go. You don't have to take the cockpits out. So that's the whole point of all that stuff.
It makes it a lot more simpler.
Yes, so much simpler.
Yes.
Not having to take that the cockpit out is a huge joy. So the cockpit in this thing is a real challenge. So you put the front dash piece in, the front cockpit goes in, and then the rear cockpit sides go in. So we had to split all that stuff up, and then the center section just pops in place. I'll show you guys what it looks like.
I want to put them all there?
Yeah, if you take this.
Okay.
So you had to do that so it just fits in.
Yeah, so if you try and leave this rear cockpit as one piece, so this is the way it comes from SKYMASTER, just like this. If you try and leave that as one piece, the only way to get it in and out of the aircraft is through the fuselage split. So if you split the nose off the aircraft, this will slide in, but there's absolutely no way to get this out without, that's okay, without doing any of these things that we've done. So what happens is these side pieces get bolted in place, and you can just take the canopy off, and this cockpit just pulls right out. It's going to be very easy to take in and out. It does latch with the thing in the back here, and then also the dash panel in the front. But these guys stay in place, and you can look through there and you can see all the electronics. So it'll actually be pretty simple, simple setup. The other thing with that we did here is there was a big fill-in piece right here. Now we had to take that off just to be able to get the cockpit in and out, but it allows you to look back through this spot right here down to your UATs, and then you can confirm that the air bubbles are removed when you're filling. So this is the back cockpit, you're filling, and you're looking through this spot right there, and you'll see the UATs right underneath that cockpit. So yeah, so that's how it's organized. So that's one of the last things we need to do is get the pilots mounted, get their heads plugged into the randomizers and stuff to make them move properly. So that's, and then do some final adjustments. So we've got the tail hook, which is operational. We haven't done the chute yet, so that's the first time. We did the nose extension for the first time earlier, and yeah, so everything's good to go. So I think we're pretty much ready to run this thing. And yeah, we've got some fuel in there. Now the way we organize the fuel tanks, I can't remember, I think that's already done in the videos.
Yes.
So we've got the center fuel tank, which is 7 liters. We've got one of the saddle tanks, which is, I think,
3 liters.
3 liters.
Yes, because your smoke's 3. Yeah.
I wrote it down here.
David S. asked, what smoke pump are you using?
So in this aircraft, Frode, the owner, supplied a Powerbox jet smoke pump. So it's got 1 input and 2 outputs on it.
Wow.
So yeah, the stock tanks total 10 liters for the 3 tanks. The new setup is 7 liters for the center tank from CM Jets, and then each saddle tank is 2957, so just call it 3 liters. So basically we've got 10 liters of fuel with the center tank and the side tank, and we've got 3 liters of smoke fluid. So holds 13 liters of liquid when it's when it's full.
That smoke's going to disappear quickly.
Yeah.
Too.
So that's
Insane.
13 times 2, so you're about 20, it's 1.8 is the factor, but so you're about 24 pounds of liquid fully loaded, so it's pretty impressive. We haven't done the CG on this aircraft, so that's something we need to do as well. Now generally with the F4s, and the CARF is the same, when we saw the CARF at Jets over California, it was ready to fly, and I remember taking the tail, pushing the tail down, and it feeling just like this. So the F4, the gear is so far behind the CG that it feels very nose heavy, and that's why the extendable nose is really important on the F4s, because it helps it take off better. So, so this plane, if you're used to like sports jets, you would feel this thing and be like, holy crap, this is way too nose heavy. But chances are it's going to be really close to where it needs to be. So.
Okay, David S., he says, Powerbox pump has an option to pulse smoke and steady smoke.
Yes.
Try to set up on a 3-position switch.
Oh, right. So one is.
Yeah, if you go in the negatives on the Powerbox pump,
Yeah.
if you go in the negatives on the Powerbox pump, it pulses, and then the more negative you go, the slower it gets, I think, or vice versa. And then if you go in the positives, it's just on off. So it's actually a cool setup. Usually we would use a SKYMASTER pump because they're tiny, but in this case, that's what the owner supplied. So, it works great. I don't mind it at all. It's also getting powered directly off the central box, which is great too. So
So you're going to set that up for him, though?
it's already set up.
Oh, as a pump for steady and pulse?
Well, on my radio, no, it's on a 2-position switch. I don't know what switch he would set it up on, so
Okay.
that's something that he can do as well too.
Maybe he could do like the 3, like.
Yeah, I don't know what his layout is yet. He included that in an email. So
Is he watching?
He is, yeah, but
He's probably making his mind think right now.
okay.
If he's got a jet, he can just get the 3 position.
Yeah, he can do whatever he wants, right? So,
It's his jet.
yeah, so we're ready to fire this thing up, I think. So we'll turn it on, and we'll go through all of the normal kind of cool things about the aircraft, and then we'll do the engine run-ups. So.
It's all too cool.
So, because it's got the antenna-less on-off switch, you have to be very close.
It's got the European.
Yes, I forget what they're called, RCSWs or something like that. So.
It's only in Europe right now.
Okay, so that's good.
Receiver on.
And you probably hear the compressor kick in.
The lights. Nice.
No, still good. So Cortex, double bump. So yeah, we do have the lights on I haven't adjusted the lights yet, so some are flashing, some are solid, but
Yeah,
That's
Christopher,
nice.
so that's that. Extendable nose wheel.
yeah, Christopher's asking about the building class.
Building class, just haven't had enough people interested. I wanted you know, I want to have like 6 to 8 people in the class, and in order for that to happen, I think we need like 15 to 20 people interested, because you know, you get 8 people interested in the class, you schedule it, and maybe 2 people can make it. So yeah, we just need more interest in the class. So we do obviously have the opportunity to do it anytime during the winter, because winter is a lot more free around here, but I'm not sure you want to come to the shop in the middle of winter. So yeah, to Canada in general. So the way we've got the nose set up here is,
Christopher said he'll pay for all of them then. I'll set that up for you. Pictures.
it's good just like that. Sorry guys, just getting the base or the camera set up here. Hey Joe. Okay, so the way we have the radio set up is
More.
the nose wheel is going to extend when we go to take off flaps. So the intention here is you're taxiing out and the nose is down. You get to the center of the runway, you get ready to take off, and you go to take off flaps. Nose comes up, and you're ready to go. You take off, you put your gear up, you put your flaps away, the nose is extended, and when you come to land, so you're going to go
You're good.
take off, or sorry, landing flaps, the leg's going to remain extended
Miles per hour.
because you're not pushing down on the nose, right? You're still flying. And when that plane comes in and touches its nose down, the nose is going to drop down just like that,
Miles per hour.
which helps it absolutely stick to the ground. So that's the way the nose is set up. The tail hook
100%.
we've got set up, I think, on SM. So if you want to bring that camera over here. I haven't adjusted our
Timer 6
limits yet, so you can check that. So tail hook, there we go. Cool. Very nice.
That's awesome.
So if you actually leave it at this amount, when you come in for a landing, you could actually have that tail hook down if you wanted to, because you're really not going to be much more than that. Or you can have that tail hook come further down and only use it when you're taxiing back. So either way is fine. Chute. We haven't done the chute yet, so I don't know if it's going to work because of telemetry and conditions and stuff, but let's see. So I think the chute is maybe this switch. There we go.
It works. It just threw it out like it's supposed to.
So there's the chute. That worked out well. That's the stock setup from SKYMASTER, which is cool.
Sure threw it out good.
It
Sure
did.
That's gonna catch the airstream real.
Oh yeah. And the exhaust.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It'll catch the thrust from those engines.
There we go. So that's good. Afterburner lights. Those are absolutely insane. So if we just go throttle up, those work.
We're bright. I'm just gonna do that again. And
You can't turn the camera. It turns the feed off.
Everybody's going sideways on their monitor right now.
Oh, there you go. Look at that, eh?
Crazy, crazy.
That's absolutely nuts.
It looks like a very hot barbecue.
Oh yeah. Very jolly.
So with that, and we can turn the lights back on. So we've got the lights set up a couple ways. So we've got it set up on a switch here. So the nose lights, which is the primary reason for this switch, the nose lights turn on and off with the gear. So if you have the lights on and you put the gear up, those nose lights will turn off. And then this is like the master override switch to turn them on and off. So that's set up as well too. We have to adjust our ports on the lights to get them flashing or not flashing. Yeah, so that's all the stuff. Very cool.
It's very complex.
There's a lot going on. It's definitely an interesting plane. Oh yeah, Nezzy's still in here. So I think we're ready to start this, guys. We got to film the startup as well too.
Oh yeah.
So just hang out with us for that. Nezzy Poo, you got to go inside, buddy.
Yeah, you're not gonna like this.
No, it's too noisy for you.
Noise limit for cats.
Okay, I'm gonna right back and go get my ear defenders.
You got your ear defender?
Yeah, I got my little earbud.
You go inside, buddy. There you go. All right, so let's see.
That's very complex, but you did a nice job laying that up.
Thank you. There's a lot going on, man.
Oh no, there's a lot. There's a lot. And you separating those pilot like that, the cockpit to set, yeah.
There we go.
Again, it's your out of the box thinking, Canada.
Well, you know, the way I put this together, and I think I talked about it in the actual video. The way I built this plane is if I was going to own it.
Well, yeah, because it makes sense about you having that port open here, so you can actually see the tanks to see
Yeah.
if the UATs would have air in them.
So my intention was if Frode happened to want to sell
Sell
this
it.
to me,
Frode, did you
then
want to sell it?
it would be like perfectly set up for me in the way I would leave it, right? I mean,
That's about as subtle as a 2x4.
I wouldn't make any changes at all, actually. So
That was really subtle, Joe.
you like that?
Subtle. So subtle.
Oh yeah, we didn't check the brakes. I know the brakes work because we checked them earlier.
Yeah, we did.
Brakes are on. Brakes work very well. Brakes are off. And brakes only work on the when the gear's down in the radio, but the brake channel or the brake air system is only powered from the gear down leg of the air system. So the only time the air system actually has air for the brakes is when the gear is down. Otherwise, it's completely empty.
So on takeoff and landing.
So
that's it.
yeah, so it basically has double backups for the brakes. Yeah, so we've got all of our safety equipment. Ward was showing you his ear defenders because somebody commented in one of our last lives that we ran the turbine on, and they thought he was dumb because he didn't have ear protection on. Well, he did.
One of our buddies, Chad, said that you didn't.
They're just small, so.
He didn't believe you.
Yeah, just my hunting ones.
So in the first video, when I talked about putting this plane together and was sharing my ideas, I kind of was thinking about doing a startup plate here. The problem is you lose all access to the turbines. So I wanted to leave this wide open. So number one, you can see what's going on when the turbines are running. You can cool them down. You know, you've got access to the turbines from that hatch, which is important. And that's why we ended up putting the stuff in the front there. So
near the
Yeah, I don't really want to blow my brand new driveway all over the place.
All right.
You're
It's
okay.
kind of sticky, so
Sitting right beside us, I don't know.
it should be fine. It's like just at the right angle.
It's been driven down on enough. I think it's going to be pretty
I
good.
hope so.
Russell, go out there and stomp on the ground for a little bit.
You're heavier than I am. Come on.
Okay, guys, we just got to get the other camera set up here.
That's what I was wondering about. Yeah. You gonna get it from this side here?
Well, yeah, we got to do film, John, film.
Oh, and we'll be doing a video at Jet Power as well too. So I plan to do. I think it's probably going to be a fairly long one. It'll be fairly detailed, walking around Jet Power. If we get any interviews and stuff like that, we'll do
Going through the vent.
do that as well too. Yeah, going through all the vendors basically. So kind of want to give you guys the best experience possible here going through Jet Power. Okay, so that's on. And all right, guys, we're ready to test run this aircraft fully assembled. We're here on our live right now. The live's up on the TV, and it's being recorded by that camera over there. So we're double videoing right now, but we are going to do the test run of these engines on this aircraft. We do have smoke oil installed in here too, so we'll do a little bit of that. And we're going to go through our normal procedure. So we did started them up earlier to make sure they ran and everything was good. But we're going to go through, we didn't do anything beyond that. So we're going to go from idle, let idle stabilize, slowly accelerate to max throttle. We're going to let our max throttle stabilize. I haven't turned the auto restart on and off yet, so I'm going to turn the auto restart on and we'll do those tests as well too. And yeah, check throttle response. So let's run these engines. Okay, so I'm just going to turn those restarts on now. Okay, so we want to put it to half expo, restart mode, auto. That's done. Half expo, restart mode, auto. Okay, so those are ready. Fuel valves are open. Got ear protection. We've got blowers.
Where do you want to be right here?
No, I'll be wherever.
No, me holding about here.
Oh, the nose probably.
The nose? Okay.
Yeah. The nose will be fine.
Yeah, okay.
Just get this up a little higher. Okay, so that is recording. We're on the live. That's good. I'm going to move you guys over here so you get a better shot of stuff that's going on. Sorry about all the jiggles. Got to live through the earthquake before you get to enjoy the F4
It's not
Phantom.
Ward at the camera.
Nope.
You always get hacked on.
And then we'll stay clear on this side over here. So
Okay.
there we go, F4 Phantom. All right, so let's start this thing. So quiet. Okay, so trim's up. Ready to go. Burner on, burner on. So they're just in preheat mode right now. When we do the smoke, if you want to move that around so they can see more out there. Ready?
Move the nose this way so you get more.
Well, maybe we move it out there.
Want to move out there?
It's gonna blow it. It's gonna blow it everywhere.
Yeah, so that way we're not going to hit the cars.
Want to push it up?
That might be better, right like that. Because we're on a bit of a dip right there.
Look at that. Raise it up a little bit more.
That's Chris.
Look, you have a camera too?
So we'll do restart now.
you, David.
Well.
That was pretty freaking cool.
Did you see the plume?
Yeah.
That was just
Yeah.
handed out.
And how was the push on it?
It was, yeah, I had a straight arm my arms.
I didn't stay at full for very long because
No,
we're blowing
she got
rocks
some.
everywhere, but
Oh yeah, this is gonna fly like.
yeah.
Very well done. Power to weight ratio, that thing's gonna go like.
Yeah, Victor
So-
says the 195's rock.
Yeah, they
That
do.
goes, wow.
So our servo, I'm just looking at our smoke servo setup here.
That's amazing how much came out.
Yeah.
Like it was completely out of my. I've never seen smoke like that.
So travel-wise, that was 50% travel. So 0 is off, 50% is where I'm at. So plus 50, you can go all the way up to plus 100.
I don't think you'd want to overload.
No,
with any more
I was
than
going to
that.
say actually for the F4 to make it more scale, it'd be nice to have it a little bit lower.
A little less, yeah, like the plume.
Yeah, just the light smoke, but super cool. That's a really cool effect.
Just like the real.
Very nice.
Jet A in the background.
That was
That's
awesome.
nice. So want to push it back in again?
I'll drag it in.
Okay. That's amazing. I don't think ever I've seen smoke like that.
So that was for you guys on the live. That is, I used Full Scale Aviation smoke oil, and I put like 60%. I just used turbine fuel because I didn't have any diesel, but I just put like our standard turbine fuel in there. So
Yeah, so Jet A. She was.
Pushing you good?
it actually rolls really nice on this. That was cool. That was fun.
She's gonna fly. Like
Oh yeah. That's really
Takes
cool.
off, hits that smoke as it takes off. It's gonna be like, whoa. Like
Yeah.
afterburner look.
oh, you're gonna just smoke the whole run.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like an afterburner taking off and then poof.
It's just like there's no mosquitoes anymore.
Yeah. Wow.
That was nice. Nicely set up. Nice.
So I'm just getting rid of some of the residual heat inside the fuselage. I want that closed. Perfect.
Like puff the magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that was really cool with the smoke.
That was. Can you imagine taking off 600 feet with just unadulterated smoke behind you?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And I don't know what this weighs. We haven't weighed it yet. We haven't CG'd it yet, so I don't know the answer to that. But it's I don't think it's overly heavy. No,
Listen, I don't know.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so either.
It's probably 65 pounds, maybe something like that.
I think it's supposed to be whatever. Yeah. Boy, and we didn't think that smoke oil was thick, right, going in.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But boy,
Okay, so we pop that off.
Receive the rough.
that power box smoke pump, that works good. Yeah. Yeah, you could back that off.
super
with
cool.
Percentages of the smoke and get
Yeah,
more,
like I think-
much more smoke in the air.
I think even 25%. I'm curious to pull some fluid out of here and see how much is actually left in there.
Yeah, I would. 25%.
We hardly put any in there, so.
25% would probably be a good place to go.
All right, so let's pull our smoke fluid out and see. If you guys have any questions, now's a great time for questions because we're done the cool part of the video. And it's kind of the relaxing part now.
I'm glad I was the bookend for this one. That was yeah, you get hunkered down there in the bush.
Yeah.
You didn't put much in though.
No, I hardly put any in.
Mark said he tested his smoke at his house and the neighbor's cars disappeared across the street.
Yes, yes.
I'm waiting for the fire trucks to start pulling up.
Yeah.
Because somebody's going to say, there's smoke coming up.
Well, that's why I was kind of thinking there's a lot of smoke, and I'm like,
One of the benefits of living in the middle of nowhere.
it's in the country.
There we go. So we're empty there.
But it was horizontal smoke. It wasn't vertical.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Cool.
Brandy, it says, ask if you like it in the Lukey stands.
Love the Lukey stands.
Who asked?
Nazi Poo, come on. Yes.
Yes.
I pretty much haven't found an aircraft that they don't work for yet. They are best stands ever. I only got my first one I think it was last June? I can't remember when it was. Anyways, I haven't been using them very long, but they're awesome.
But they don't take a lot of space up in the shop.
No, you fold them up like that and they're tiny.
Compact.
And they're easy to put in the vehicle for going to the field. So yeah, lots of nice things about them.
S9523 Pink wants to know who owns the GTI. Stocking cars.
Not me.
There you go.
Russell's rich, so he basically owns all the cool stuff.
Oh, Volkswagen owns this.
He's
right
got
now.
a 2006 MK5.
Wow, that's 2024 with the stick. Last of the manuals.
And he says he's glad to see another VW GTI fan.
Oh, it goes like a little rocket. It's my poor man's sports car. It is.
All right, well,
That is amazing.
very happy. Very happy.
Yes.
Very cool.
And that smoke pump is right at the back near the engines.
The smoke pump is right there,
Cool.
right in front of the smoke tank.
That is beautiful.
Yeah,
It is very nice.
very happy with this aircraft. Turned out really nice. So we still have a lot of things to do on the aircraft, still to finish. I thought I would be like half a day today and be done, but no, we still have to put our cover on the back. We didn't have to make any adjustments to the tail section, which is nice, so the cover can go on or get installed, and then it's ready to be taken off again for transport. Back end's good. We need to do our pilots and our movable heads and our final adjustments on the surfaces. And that's basically the airplane. So this airplane is going to get split, as I've talked about in the videos. It's going to get split here for transport. So the midsection and front section are going to be together, which is about 5-6 feet, something like that. So that's probably going to be fairly tight, maybe with some small surfaces in there in box number 1, and then we're going to do box number 2 because this plane's getting airshipped. Box number 2 is going to be like wings. The wing tips come off, wings split, and then the tail section in there. So it's going to be trying to make it, trying to make it as tight as possible for shipping, for air shipping. So yeah, super cool. Throw it unless you want to sell it. I mean, that's, but it's got to be a good price too. So.
No. I think you did a
Subtle.
good one there.
Very subtle.
Very
Victor the Maiden, the owner lives in Norway.
Yeah.
So the Maiden will be on the other side of the world. Cool.
And make sure he films it. Love to see the maiden.
And then for you guys on the live, you're going to have to tune into the final video for all the cool stuff. So the pilot's installed, all the ordnance installed. The drop tanks are all fit and everything. They look really good.
Well, that big fuel tank underneath is about 3 feet long.
Yeah, the center line tank is amazing. The ones on the wings is outstanding. So this is a really nice F4. Very nice. Very happy with it. It turned out great. So
Now he has to get one.
well, I'd like one, yes. So that is
The live?
that's the live, guys.
56 minutes.
You have any final questions? I'm going to pull the fuel out of here. If you have any final questions, now is the time to ask.
We'll do some housekeeping. Okay, those at the end of the fuel tips, what are those? Those
Tord
are
says
XICOYs?
Norway is
These?
his home country. Beautiful
What?
country. Tord says Norway is his home country.
Yes. These are Festo fittings.
Festo fittings?
So they're like an air chuck kind of thing. So right now it's closed, right?
Yeah,
And then if you go like this and install that, then it opens up like an air fitting.
that's nice.
And then I just use this adapter because it's not something I normally use. So.
No, but that's really nice. You get an absolute seal with that.
Well, it's the same as the twist locks. It's just a different way to do it.
Twist locker is the ones that what Dave uses. I forget the other one.
Same as this.
Yeah. They go in the...
Yeah, I'm gonna have to price out the cost of going to Norway for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Do that. Make that one of my summer trips.
What, Norway?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Go up there on a cruise. They go into the fjords up in Norway and stuff like that.
Well, that was good timing because we just used all the fuel I put in there. So.
Oh, that thing is it's rich full of power, that. You're going to have one very happy customer there.
I think he's gonna enjoy it.
I enjoy it immensely. That's something that will keep on putting a smile on your face.
So I drained the fuel out of the tank, and then now I'm just filling the UATs back up to make sure they stay full. Yeah. Part of the reason I ran these engines earlier in the day today was, number one, the UATs, they always have air stuck in the socks and stuff. So it's basically, I sat there and I had it at half throttle for a couple minutes, and that just gets you can see all the air coming out, and the turbine just goes joo, 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 while it deals with the air. Yeah, so that's kind of the point of running it before the live, because otherwise during the live we're just sitting there for a couple minutes getting the air out of the system. So, all right. Well, that, guys, is the SKYMASTER F4.
And Arlen says you don't have to drain all the fluids before transport.
No.
No.
No, the UATs, I'm going to leave those full because they need to stay full. So,
Do the airlines have different rules for shipping compared to like UPS and?
that's actually a good question, Ward. So basically, I'm CGing this aircraft with a certain battery setup, but we can't send batteries with this aircraft. You can't send lipos in the cargo hold. So what I'll do is basically get a battery layout. So right now we've got 3,300 milliamp 3-cell lipos in there. If those work perfect for weight, that's what we'll use or we'll suggest. We also might use 4000s because 4000s fit in that battery pocket down there. So depending on what the plane needs, that would be the battery suggestion. So essentially we'll have a weight and just say, okay, this plane needs 1,200 grams of batteries. So when the owner gets it, he basically just gets 1,200 grams of batteries. If Frode gets 1,000 grams of batteries, then he needs to put 200 grams of lead on the nose.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So we'll CG it with specific batteries,
Okay.
and then weigh them. So.
But the fuel won't be an issue, eh?
Well, the fuel tanks are all, I haven't checked that yet, but the fuel tanks are all right over the CG.
Yeah.
So the fuel shouldn't make a difference at all.
Shipping with
For shipping-
residual fuel
Yeah.
in the system?
Yeah.
No.
The airlines don't have an issue with that?
No, I had a fight when sending my jet months back with DHL. And
Okay.
they smelt the jet fuel, and I said, that's just remnants of what was run through it.
Okay.
I had to tell the girl, and she wasn't all that smart about dangerous goods. It's like, yeah, it's nominal amount that's in it's not,
There's no fuel in there.
Yeah.
no
Yeah,
fuel
no
in
fuel.
the system.
It's just
So and
Vapors.
everything's closed in this. We'll put a little bit of tape over top of the vent lines, and then everything's
Yeah.
closed, right?
It's
So
good to go.
yeah,
I was just curious about that because, say, you're shipping it by air as an airline, so.
yeah.
Whereas
They're more worried
UPS,
about,
you
like you
ship
say,
it by
the
plane.
lithium batteries, and I think the only airline around those is a UPS.
All right, guys, so that is the live for September 7th. Thank you so much for tuning in. Jet Power in a couple days. Looking forward to it. One of the first videos when we get back will be the Jet Power video, probably a longer overview. We'll see how that all works out. And looking forward to sharing that with you guys and sharing our findings from Jet Power. So thanks for tuning in. If you're here and you're not subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. That's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in probably 2 weeks on the next live.